Hello, Caldwell Chamber folks. Great to see you. This is Brian Moore from your local Caldwell Chamber of Commerce, and blessed and honored today to have a conversation for our small businesses locally about another option available to them. We're very fortunate to have a good friend of ours, Patrick Woodie from the North Carolina Rural Center, online with us today to share about these resources that are available. Patrick, say hi to everybody in Caldwell County.
Good afternoon. It's great to be with you. Appreciate the opportunity to speak to your small business community.
Thank you very much. We are really glad to have you here. So I'm not going to do a lot of talking today, but I'm going to let Patrick kind of introduce all of you to the North Carolina Rapid Recovery Loan Program that has been established in partnership with the Rural Center and the Golden Leaf Foundation. I think it's a fairly simple process for our local businesses to be able to apply to. And we know that there are a number of folks locally that have already tapped into this fund to at least apply. And we just want to give all of our local members and businesses another opportunity of how to survive through these really challenging times. And Patrick, why don't you just go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody, what you do and why this rapid recovery plan and process was birthed. Just share with us about that.
Yeah, thank you very much, and appreciate the opportunity to be with you today. My name is Patrick Woodie. I'm president of the North Carolina Rural Center, and so speaking to business owners from Caldwell County, I almost feel like I'm home. I grew up in Allegheny County, a little further north from Caldwell, but that's home, and so this is my home region. So I really am glad to be talking to you all today and hope we have a product that is at least one more tool in the toolbox that you can use to help weather the very unusual and very difficult times that we're all navigating our way through. The COVID-19 Rapid Recovery for Small Business Loan Program came about as a direct result of the work the Rural Center has done over the past several years following major natural disasters in our state. Beginning with Hurricane Matthew back in the fall of 2016, the Rural Center began to stand up a small business rapid recovery loan program in response to those natural disasters. If there's one thing we know that in times of disasters, when businesses really cannot operate in a normal way, things deteriorate very rapidly. And we know that quick response is really important. We modeled our program after a program in the state of Florida. They also have an emergency bridge loan program. It's been used about 40 times since the mid-1990s. Is considered the gold standard program in the country, and we really modeled this program after that. And really, since Matthew, we've worked in partnership with Golden Leaf Foundation to deliver this product. Now is a little different from after a hurricane or the typical natural disasters that we're more accustomed to. And so never have any of us had the experience of dealing with a disaster that encompasses every single business in all 100 counties at the same time. So first of all, recognizing that none of us have the systems in place that are designed to handle that kind of volume, we had to go very quickly about building that. So one thing for you to know is that this program would not be possible without a very broad partnership. It started with Golden Leaf being willing to grant a first $15 million to really jumpstart the program, get it going. We literally built the ncrapidrecovery.org website over the course of a weekend back in late March. And stood it up very quickly. And we also recognize that our own staff at Thread Capital, which is our lending subsidiary, that we did not have the staff capacity to deal with the volume we were going to face. So we reached out to all the nonprofit, small business lenders and community development financial institutions, or CDFIs, across the state, asked them to really join us in a historic effort to meet the needs of our state small business community. Another thing we've learned from our disaster lending is that even though SBA resources are put into place very quickly, such as the EIDL program of SBA, it takes a while for those dollars to begin to flow and to actually reach the hands of a small business owner. So one of the reasons for us getting out there quickly was to respond as quickly as possible to bridging the gap between today and when more permanent resources in terms of financing your small business will come into play. When we started, we didn't anticipate that SBA would also have a payroll protection program, but our program is designed to be compatible with SBA programs. And so we very much expect and would encourage you to apply for one of the SBA programs or both. And then I think you actually have to make a decision on one or the other of the SBA programs, but you certainly can also make application to the Rapid Recovery Program. And the two are designed to really be compatible with each other.
That's great. Well, Patrick, we're very glad to have you here with us. Now I've got a couple of slides lined up for us to talk about the details of the program. So I'm going to slide over to our first slide. I've got a scroll on the bottom here, but just tell us a quick overview of the bullet points we have up here and how these loans are available to our businesses in Caldwell County.
Yes, so the way to apply is simple. Go to, and simple, assuming you have online access or you can get to where you have online access. That is the world we live in today. You can go to our Rapid Recovery website. Again, that is www.ncrapidrecovery.org, and you can apply directly online there. And I encourage you, if you haven't already, to please go submit your application. That puts you in a queue, and we take your application on a first come, first served basis. And I can tell you that as of right now, we have received 16 applications from businesses in Caldwell County requesting about $500,000 in bridge loan assistance. You go into a queue. We work through that queue as quickly as we can, and your loan will be assigned to one of our 7 nonprofit small business lenders, and they will do the underwriting directly with you. So you'll find their names and logos on the website. So don't be surprised when you get a call from a Mountain BizWorks or a Sequoia Fund or Thread Capital or Carolina Small Business or some of the others. That they're calling you to take you through the underwriting process of underwriting your loan. This is a loan of up to $500,000. I'm sorry, a loan of up to $50,000. It's not intended to make your business whole. It is intended to help you bridge the gap between today and when you can get more permanent financing options in place. There's no payments for the first 6 months. And then in the 7th month, it converts to a 4-year term loan with a 5.5% interest rate. And certainly, if you receive an EIDL loan or proceeds from other loans, you can use that, which will be lower interest loans. You can use that to pay off your bridge loan down the road.
That's awesome. Excellent. Let me slide us over to who's eligible.
So any business in the state of North Carolina is eligible for the program. I will mention that the General Assembly funding was specifically limited to businesses with employees of up to 100. But we do have some other funding for larger businesses. It's limited, but we will be able to serve larger businesses who also apply. But the $125 million that was appropriated by the North Carolina General Assembly is limited to businesses of up to 100 employees. I can tell you that's about 98% of all the applications that are in our pipeline. And let me just give you a sense of what that statewide pipeline looks like right now. We have received loan applications from all 100 counties. And as of this past Monday, we had 4,100 applications from all 100 counties, businesses in all 100 counties, requesting about $170 million worth of bridge loans. Our average request is for $33,000. So that'll give you some sense of the demand for the program. I will tell you that with all the funding resources that we have funding in place to make, as of today, to make about $145 million worth of these loans. That will serve, if that average loan size of around $35,000 holds true, that will serve about 4,700 businesses across North Carolina.
That's great.
So that will get us well on down the road. We also are ramping up internally to do this work as quickly as possible. I want to be transparent and upfront with everyone. Very high loan volume. It will take a while for us to get to your applications. We will do so as quickly as possible. We will do our best to communicate with you in the meantime. But I think you can rest assured that we probably are not going to run out of resources before we're able to get to your application.
That's great. Patrick, I'm going to slide over to our next slide and just requirements and special bullet points here for people to know what the right steps are to take.
Yeah, a few things for them to know is that any individual that has greater than a 20% ownership in the applying business is going to be asked to provide a personal guarantee on the loan, and that proceeds from the loan may only be used for maintaining or restarting a business. The use of funds to pay off debts that are already incurred for qualifying business maintenance or restart purposes may be authorized, and we'll do that in conversation with you on a case-by-case basis. Borrowers are required to assign the proceeds. If you do receive an EIDL loan from SBA, you will be required to pledge the proceeds from that EIDL loan to repaying your bridge loan, your rapid recovery bridge loan. That does not apply if you're taking a PPP, Payroll Protection Program loan. You do not need to pledge the proceeds there, since those are going directly to your payroll costs.
That's great. Excellent.
In general, loan sizes are going to be based upon 2 months of revenue, again, up to our max of $50,000 for the total loan. So that is, in general, how the amount of your loan is determined. So we're going to be asking to see bank statements, your tax return for the business, that kind of information you will be asked to provide when we get to the point of underwriting your loan. Let me also say that because we have so many businesses in the queue, and we understand how confusing this has been for small business owners over these past few weeks to try to just navigate everything that they're having to deal with, and we certainly understand that. At the point we get to underwriting, several attempts will be made in writing, by email, and by telephone to connect with you to begin that underwriting process. But if we don't get a response, we will move on to the next loan. If you then get back to us, we will go back and pick up your loan application. But we're going to move as quickly as we can to take care of the volume that we have in the pipeline.
That's fantastic. Well, we really appreciate your time, Patrick, today, and just sharing this information with our community. Caldwell County is a great part of this state, and we've got a lot of manufacturing, a lot of great businesses that are here.
Yes, you do.
Anything last minute, Patrick, that might be a benefit. I know you have an incredible list of frequently asked questions on your webpage. Is there one thing that stands out you're hearing from a lot of people that are applying right now? The one question that might be able to help people on this video?
Well, I think one of the most commonly asked questions is, can I apply for SBA programs and apply for the Rapid Recovery Program? And the answer is yes.
Good.
And in fact, we would encourage you to do that. And also for you to know that the Rapid Recovery Program is a North Carolina business program only. It's only open to North Carolina businesses, and all the resources that will actually fund these loans comes from North Carolina General Assembly and from North Carolina Philanthropy, including Golden Leaf.
That's great. Excellent.
If I could say one other thing, and this is really a shout out to Caldwell County, incredibly impressive feat that you all have accomplished over the past. The first couple of decades of this 21st century have been really rough on rural communities, and no one saw the effects of that more than Caldwell County, as you shed a lot of manufacturing jobs in the early part of this century and even after the Great Recession, which left you with literally hundreds of thousands of square feet of vacant building space all over and in every community around Caldwell County. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I've heard Deborah Murray talk about them often. And it's incredibly impressive the extent to which all of those properties and buildings have been put back to use and back into productive business development activities. And so you really deserve a pat on the back and a salute from all of us for taking those assets and recognizing before they became degraded, you really needed to focus attention on how do we reuse these buildings that we have and these facilities that we have. You've done a great job in the process of diversifying Caldwell County's economy, which makes you more resilient and better able to weather the storm we're in now, as bad as it is and as uncertain as it is. So I have a lot of respect for that community and what you all are able to do, and I know you'll do well coming out of this.
Deborah's across the hall, so I'll shout out to her and let her know of your appreciation for our hard work. We have a great community here. I've said many times we should think about having a declaration to change our name at least once a year to Caldwell County, because we have such a caring group of people that all work really well together. All of our businesses support each other. And now in these challenging times, we're seeing such great stories of that actually happening.
And that working together is half the battle, if not more. So my hat's off to you. At the Rural Center, we very much know the reputation of Caldwell County and their ability to work together.
Well, we're appreciative of your time, Patrick, today and sharing this information. Hopefully we get the uptick from 16 applications to quite a few more with this video, and we get this information out to our members and to our community to best serve them. So we appreciate your time. We appreciate your help from the Rural Center, and really appreciate the North Carolina Rapid Recovery Program and all that it's available for our businesses. If anyone needs to reach back out to Patrick, he is available from the North Carolina Rural Center's website. And then we've been scrolling up on the page here, the North Carolina Rapid Recovery.org site for the loan application process. We appreciate everyone's time. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you, Brian.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.